Hey everybody, this is Bo Sanders, and there's a bunch of stuff I want to talk to you about to get ready for this weekend of November 21st. So the first thing I want you to know is that after the service, we're going to be decorating this amazing sanctuary. We're going to transform it for Advent and get ready for the Christmas season. And it is an all hands on deck situation, so I hope that you'll plan on sticking around if you can. There's three tasks we really need to do. We have to ferry everything up from the banner room downstairs. There's going to be some ladder work to hang the greens, and there's going to be plenty of work to do on the ground. So if you are willing to chip in, we could use some help. It is going to be a wonderful transformation. I look forward to this every year. So that is after the worship gathering. So let's talk about that. At 10:30 a.m., both on Zoom and in person, we are going to have what I think is going to be a spectacular time together. We have been planning, and this is our last week before Advent, so there's a couple things that are sort of coming to a head, but we are still in the unapologetic series where I am unapologetically talking about our social principles, and this week we are talking again about family and belonging. It's going to be a really good conversation. The music that we have planned is really good, and I'm excited about just how the liturgy is coming together and everything that's incorporated with that. So, very excited about that. Now, at 9:30 a.m. during Brainstorming, we are going to ask a question. So we've been looking at Quaker spirituality, and we're going to continue that this week, but we're going to look at the history of the Quakers as a protest movement and what it means for them and their mentality to be outside of the system in some way. The reason that we have to ask that is because I want to follow it up with a question of a group like us, the United Methodists, that are very much establishment, part of the system. We come from the Church of England, the Anglicans, and so many of our structures and systems that are in place are institutional. So I was listening to an interesting thing about the history of evangelicalism, and it gave quite a favorable biography, if you will, of Jerry Falwell, if you remember Jerry Falwell, the TV preacher, and it was quite a generous look at his life. But one of the things that really stood out to me is at one point he had not been political at all, and he goes to the Republican National Convention, and he basically says, baptizes it, with Bible verses, and basically said, this is the same agenda as, Baptist, his background. And I got thinking, is it possible that we are in danger of baptizing the Democratic Party in the way that the Southern Baptists have baptized the Republican Party? So I want to ask the question, what would it mean to be a protest movement or a third way or an outsider group? And how does that contrast? So I want you to be thinking about, if you're a Republican or a Democrat, where do you vary from your political party? Is there anything on the party line, the ticket, for which you say, I'm not on board with that? Because if there's nothing in that category, we have to ask the question, have we just baptized our political parties and added Bible verses to them? Because I'm afraid that in our era of media fascination and domination, that we are not working for the kingdom, what many call the kingdom of God that Jesus ushered in, but we're doing something else entirely. I want to have that conversation, 9:30 Sunday morning on Zoom and in person. If you haven't been a part of the conversations, don't worry about it. Just show up. You can just jump in right where you are. Last thing, I wanted to let you know that we have been working really hard to make the technology better, both for online and in person. We've had a couple successful weeks where we're really happy with how the tech went. And then we've had a couple weeks, these last 2 weeks, where I think we tried to do too much and it didn't work. So we had an all-staff practice party yesterday, and we just decided it's time to simplify and streamline this again so that there are less variables in the equation, and we can guarantee that both the Zoom room and the sanctuary experience the worship that we're dreaming of and planning for, programming towards. And so I just wanted you to know that we had been working really hard on that, and I think we got it figured out yesterday by just taking, so we're not gonna do the 2-computer thing anymore. We figured out that we just have to do the 1 computer, and that computer is gonna run through the sound system, and that way everyone gets the same experience. That means that the liturgist is gonna stand closer to that 1 computer, as is the worship leader. And so I think we figured it out, and that I feel really confident actually to tell you that, and also to apologize a little bit for the tech glitches that we've had the last 2 weeks. So I thank you for sticking with that and being gracious. I've gotten lots of good constructive feedback, and just wanted to let you know that we are working hard on that. Okay, I will see you this Sunday. Please read the Staying Connected. There's so much going on right now. We're getting ready for Advent. We're getting ready for the new year. And email with any questions. And otherwise, we will see you Sunday.